Now you guys will remember, this was a financial presentation, but one of the things that attracts guys to doTERRA is our mission and our culture. And that's co-impact sourcing and healing hands. So Austin, take a second, tell all these guys about why healing hands is so important to you.
What I love about it is the first-hand experience I had in Bulgaria, where I got to see what we're doing to help the local farmers and the orphanages in the area. And you've been to Nepal, right?
Yeah, so last year we had an opportunity to go to Nepal with a group of wellness advocates. Now this village was high in the mountains of the Himalayas, and it's actually the first time there's ever been a group from doTERRA attend or go to this village. When we arrived, they had their instruments, there was song, there was dance. They were so excited to see us there. But we quickly got to work on a water project. So this village only has running water about 6 months of the year. The other 6 months they have nothing. They have to hike down the valley about 3 miles to get water. So we started digging this big old hole for this water reservoir, hand in hand with all of the locals there. And we didn't speak the same language. It was hard to communicate, but we didn't have to. We knew we could feel the love. We could feel their sincerity back towards us. We also had a chance to work in the villages, going from house to house, spending time in their houses, just getting to know them. And once again, there was no language barrier because they could feel our love and we could feel theirs. So this is just an example of a lot of projects that we have going on right now across the globe. And for men, this is one of the things that attracts them to doTERRA the most.
And we have men from all different walks of life within doTERRA. We have some men who have watched their wives become very successful and build a residual income with this. We have other men who see that and then they jump in and want to take the credit for themselves, right? Or we have men who start solo and they end up building this business solo. And that perfectly describes our next presenter. We have Todd Hart, who has built this business by himself. You know him as the oil guy. Take it away, Todd.
Hey guys, Todd Hart, the oil guy. They also call me in some circles Father Todd because I'm an ordained minister. So before I start and talk about what I want to speak about today, I want to give you a quick background on how I became the oil guy. So I have a 22-year-old daughter that goes to Loyola Marymount University in California. My wife and I live in Massachusetts. We have a little short-legged Jack Russell named Jack. And back in September 2013, my wife went away for a week to learn how to become a raw food chef. And while she was there, she met a woman who introduced her to the oils. And when my wife came home, Melanie, my wife, forwarded this email from the woman to me. And my wife said to me, hey, you're into this weird stuff. Maybe you should take a look at it. And I knew nothing about essential oils. So I ended up calling her. I was dealing with some health issues at the time, but that really wasn't the reason why I wanted to try it. I was intrigued. I knew she showed me the different kits. I ended up getting the Natural Solutions kit because I wanted to try the vitamins. I wanted the diffuser, but again, I knew nothing about oils. So I called her up, placed the order, and towards the end of the call, she started talking to me about, hey, there's a business opportunity here. And I stopped her and said, wait, hold on. Is this network marketing? And she said yes. And I said verbatim, I don't like you people. And she was like, okay, no worries. You know, plenty of people are customers. By the way, this woman was Haley Hobson. So I told Haley Hobson, I don't like you people. So I ended up getting the products, and long story short, because I only have 20 minutes, is that all of my health issues that plagued me for 10 years all went away. And I got very, very excited by that. And like when you go to a good restaurant or you see a good movie, you want to tell people. So I started to share this with people. I'm a yogi. I have a lot of friends that own yoga studios. I would do a class here. I would teach people a little workshop there. And over the course of 2 years, part-time, while still working my full-time job, I built to platinum. And when I got to platinum in January of 16, I decided I actually love you people. I love this company. I love what it's done for me, my family, and what it's doing for the world. And I realized that this is how I want to spend my time. And I decided I want to leave my 17-year career that was making a ton of money. I want to come do doTERRA. So I sat down with my employer, and there are 5 salespeople in the world for the company. And I was doing myself 68% of worldwide sales. So it was a big part of their company. So I told them, I'm giving you an open-ended notice. I'm leaving, I am leaving, but I'm gonna let you tell me when you think it's okay for me to go. So that was January 2nd, and at the end of March of 2016, they said, we're all set, you can go. So, 4 years now, I've been doing doTERRA full-time. That's the picture of me walking as a diamond at Gala, and I'm walking with my daughter Sasha. My wife Melanie couldn't come. She had business obligations, so she surprised me. She flew my daughter in to walk with me at Gala. And it was an amazing moment to share that with my daughter Sasha. So here we are, the family, my wife Melanie, my daughter Sasha, and Jack. And that is our leadership magazine photo. And I mentioned 4 years ago, March, I left my company, and I thought I didn't have any bosses, but I still had these 3 bosses. Jack is the worst. So I'm here to tell a story. And it starts with a text from Dan Gazaway. And never underestimate the power you have. If you get a sense or an urge to reach out to someone, do it, because this text changed everything for me. And what he said in the text is, hey, I want to congratulate you. This is right before convention, 2019. I want to congratulate you. You've enrolled 50 people in the last year. That's 4 a month. And I was like, in my head, like, oh. And remember, I was doing 68% of worldwide sales at the software company. And here I am doing, 50 people a year, and I'm like, okay, thanks, Dan. And something inside of me just didn't like that. And I don't know what it was, but something was like, what? Something's not right here. So I took that into convention, and my buddy Tom Polifka qualified. I don't like to use the word won. He qualified for the suite. So we invited myself and my team up to hang out. There's Melissa Precourt, Josiah Precourt, diamond leaders on my team who I love and adore. And one morning I showed up early. I'm not an early morning guy, but when I'm at convention, 4 o'clock, I'm up. I'm like, let's go. I'm ready to go. So I walked over to the convention center by myself. They let me up into the suite. I don't know how. I talked my way into it before they opened the doors. And I'm standing there and I'm looking down, maybe people starting to file in, but I'm still alone in the suite. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing? I should be winning this suite. I should be qualifying for this suite. Why am I playing so small? And it kind of gnawed at me. And it was Dan's text, it was that, and now this little fire is burning inside of me. So this is Tom. I had to show a picture of Tom. That's he and his wife and his daughters. That's their leadership magazine photo. He's a diamond. That's Tom holding an arrow to my throat. That's what happens when you ask Tom to teach his online secrets. I'm kidding. This is an exercise we're doing with Deb Erickson in the background. I'm sure many of you know Deb Erickson. I actually broke that arrow on my throat. It was kind of cool. Very intense. But why I wanted to show that photo is there are 2 guys in that photo. 2 guys who were doing doTERRA without their wives. Their wives had nothing to do with it. We decided independently we want to do this as a business. Our wives don't build with us. My wife, I can speak for my wife, she never will build with me. She supports me, she loves the products, but she has her own career. And that's okay. And then you've got Tom. Now Tom, the other reason I want to show this is Tom builds online exclusively. I build offline exclusively. In-person events, pop-ups at yoga studios, pop-ups at Lululemon. I teach classes, I teach workshops. I'm all about the in-person thing. Tom's all about the online thing. And we're both diamonds and we're both successful. And we're both guys. And you can do this as a guy. And it's okay if your spouse isn't involved in the business. That's okay. If they have their own career, there's nothing wrong with that. You follow your passion and let them follow their passion. So then there was Emily Wright. It's Emily. So Emily came out and started talking about Bulgaria and the Rose Trip and the Prime Wellness Contest and how the top 200 people that qualify get to go on the Rose Trip. And she painted this picture that was so beautiful. I had to be part of this trip. And I was getting goosebumps. I could smell the roses. I was imagining being on the trip. I was imagining, cowering in fear on the bus that Emily was going to make me sing blindfold karaoke. Some of you know what that is. Some of you have experienced that, especially the guys. I don't know why she picks on the guys. Emily, I don't know what your brothers did to you growing up, but we do have Forgive oil that you can use. And I just kept imagining that. And the whole time I'm at convention, I'm excited and I'm thinking, I'm gonna be on that trip and my shoulders are back and I'm walking tall. I'm like, I can't wait to be on that trip. It's gonna be so cool. Then I went home, back to reality. There was a website that we could log into and it would show us our standings. Now remember, the top 200 people get to go. We were 7 months in. It ends in 5 months later, this thing is gonna end. So I log in, I'm like, oh, let me see where I am in this contest. It only went up to 800. I was 800 plus. That's all it said, 800 plus. I could have been 801, I could have been 2000, I have no idea. But I was not top 200, nor was I in any way close to that, and there were 5 months left. We were more than halfway through. And I sat there and I said, you can't stop me. I said that aloud. I remember that. You can't stop me. I don't know where it came from, but it was that little fire inside me. And I was like, I'm gonna win this trip. I will be on that trip. And I focused, I set my intention. And when you set your intention and you stay connected to it and you don't get caught up in negative things, you just stay focused and positive on it, a path illuminates in front of you. It's a beautiful thing. And you start to get these little urges and nudges, call this person, talk to that person. I got to the point where I would call people, I'd get a feeling, call so-and-so, and they would answer the phone and they'd be like, oh my God, I was just thinking about you. This is so weird. I would hear that 3, 4, 5 times a week. I have one person on my team, Frisia, who's a silver leader on my team, and she'd be like, dude, are you in my head? Do you have cameras in my house? Like, I was just talking about you, and you do that every single time, at least once a week. She goes, you're freaking me out. Please stop doing that. And you just get connected when you have that. And it's really cool. They call it flow state. And everything just sort of magically falls into place. Calls come in, emails come in. It's amazing. So let's fast forward. Set my intention. I'm connected. I got the path. Following the little promptings. Call this person, go here, do that. 4 months later, right? 4 months? Yeah. 4 months later, 190. I jumped over 600 spots in 4 months. I was killing it. Killing it. So what did I do? I'm a big fan of law of attraction. I've got a few minutes. Some people spend lifetimes explaining law of attraction. I'm just going to give you a little piece, just enough that makes you go, maybe I should go look into this law of attraction thing. There's some books there you can read. My Witness Friends, which I have a lot of. Abraham Hicks, not for you. The rest you can read. They're fine. So, law of attraction, let's talk about what it is. What it is, what it's not. It's not a religion. It's not a positive thinking, standing in front of the mirror. You know, remember Stuart Smalley, if anyone's old enough to remember that character. What it is it's you taking full responsibility for everything that you attract into your life. Knowing that it's attraction, attraction, attraction. There's no law of assertion. Nothing gets asserted into your life. Nobody can do anything to you. It's all attraction. And a lot of people struggle with that. And they're like, no, no, no. Well, yeah, it is. So, just a couple of minutes on this. I want this, okay? And if you can maintain that connection, stay positive, stay up here, higher vibration thought, that path is going to illuminate and you're going to get there. And you're going to feel great as you get there. But what happens? I want this. But did you see what Donald Trump said last night on TV? I want this, but did you see what Bernie Sanders said last night on TV? I want this, can you believe doTERRA did that? I want this, but can you believe that Wellness Advocate, what she posted, what they didn't post, what they're wearing, what they're not wearing? I want this, but can you believe what J-Lo wore at the Super Bowl halftime show last night? If you can maintain that connection and not get caught up in what's down here, you'll achieve it. I want this, but I'm a guy in an industry dominated by women. I'm going to say that again. And I was going to do this live too at Leadership in a room full of men. I want this, but I'm a guy in an industry dominated by women. So now you're down here, this lower vibration, negative thoughts, you're attracting other guys. Oh, I feel that way too. I'm a guy. Can I come in there? And then before you know it, you got a support group going on. You've got your own breakout session at Leadership. The oil guy went there. Your thoughts determine what you attract into your life, okay? I want, but. I want, but. How do we break this cycle? It's very easy, guys. It's hard, but it's easy. But we're all programmed to be focused on the negative, be focused on judging people and pointing out people's flaws. Oh, it's them, it's not me. So meditate. Daily meditation, 15 minutes in the morning. Do it when you first get up. Do it before prayer. I know, do it before prayer. Hear me out. When you pray, it can get negative. God bless my team. Please, they're not doing it. Oh God, you know, they're not doing anything. They're frozen. They're not doing anything. I'm doing all the work. That's negative. That's down here. That's not up here. So meditate for 15 minutes. Get yourself in a very calm place. And there's a million ways to meditate. I'm not going to teach you how to meditate. You can go online, find an app, listen to the air conditioning, listen to a fan, focus on your breathing, do the Wim Hof method. There's a million things you can do, and they're free, and you don't have to spend money on it. Okay? You're just quieting your mind. Do that 15 minutes a day. Then you can say your prayers, put your oils on, and go about your day. Practice gratitude. There's nothing better that's going to get your vibration up here than gratitude. Look for 5 things each day. End of the day, I want you to, after you do your prayers and you do your meditation, because I want you to meditate the night before you go to bed too, I want you to think about 5 things during the day you're grateful for. Can it be the littlest thing? I like my shoes. They're made from recycled material. Nothing new was used in the making of these shoes. They're very comfortable. I don't care what it is. A child smiled at you and it made your day. A puppy. It can be the smallest thing. Go into your day looking for 5 things that you're grateful for and you're happy about. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to find 5 and you're going to find more, and then more are going to come into your life, and you're going to attract more and more and more positive things. And at the end of the day, you can write it down if you want. You don't have to. Just think about that. Go into your day looking for the good. Turn off the news, especially now. Get your fix, know what's going on, and then turn it off. You don't need to watch 24/7. Your kids are home, out of school right now. You don't want the TV going with the news. You don't want them being scared. So get your fix and then be done with it and move on with your day. Social media. Limit your social media. Be a content creator, not a content consumer. Creator is here, consumer is down here. The scroll hole. Don't go get caught in the scroll hole, because you'll just waste your time. And there's a lot of negativity. It's all down here. Put up a post sometime. I felt great today. I felt grateful to be alive today. You'll get a few compliments from the people that are up here. I'll comment on it. And then put a post. Oh, today was the worst. I hate this. I can't believe we're stuck in the house with our kids. And you're going to get 300 people. Oh my God, me too. I can't believe it. Okay? Be up here. Be up here. Stop complaining. Stop judging other people. You don't know what they're going through. Be mindful. The really cool thing, and again, I don't have enough time to really get too deep into this. I just want to give you the concept of law of attraction so that you're like, this sounds interesting. I should check this out. The cool thing about law of attraction is when you're feeling negative, angry, frustrated, whatever it is, a negative feeling, you're down. That's telling you something is wrong. You're no longer connected to this. So when you're feeling frustrated, take a moment, back away, and focus on your thoughts. What's going on in your head? What's the tape you're playing? What's the video you're playing in there? And I guarantee you it's something negative. You're down here. You're focusing down here. Just stop what you're doing. Put it down, walk away. Because if you try to power through that, you're going to be like a dog chasing his own tail. A lot of hard work and effort goes into it, but in the end, nothing's going to get accomplished. You can get more accomplished when you're connected than you ever will when you're in that frustrated place. So stop what you're doing. Go turn some music on, dance around the house, go play with your kids for a few minutes, go outside, walk the dog, do something that takes you out of that place. And when you get back up here where you're feeling happy and grateful, go back to what you were working on. Love and happiness are high vibration. That's going to keep you up here. So what will your intention be? When I went to convention, I was here. When I left, I was here. You have the power to change right here, right now, to make a decision. I'm going to go here and I'm going to stay focused on there. And I'm going to work every day. It's not easy. It is easy, but it's not easy because we're so conditioned to be down here thinking about all this stuff, especially what's going on right now in the world. Focus on this and do your best and be disciplined. It's like a muscle that you're working. You can't just eat one meal a day, you got to eat. You can't just work out once, you got to work out all the time. You've got to work on this. Trust me, it's incredible when you do. I want to tell you 2 quick stories. I want to tell you about my friend Vera. My friend Vera is a gold leader in doTERRA, and during the Prime Wellness contest, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She had to go for chemotherapy. So that's down here, right? That kind of stuff, that's heavy, heavy stuff. But she kept her eye on the prize. She focused up here. She finished Prime Wellness, ready for this? 81. 81. I know people, if their car breaks down, I'm done, I can't do doTERRA. My car just broke down. She had been diagnosed with breast cancer and is going through chemotherapy. She still kept her eye up here. 81. I want to tell you about another friend, Ashley. In 2015, Ashley was a single mom raising a son. She was making $9,000 a year. I want to repeat that so you don't think I made a mistake. She was making $9,000 a year. She was introduced to doTERRA. She saw the vision. She had the intention. I recently spoke to her about this and I said, I want to understand what you were going through. What were you thinking? And she said, Todd, there was a time where I was 3 months behind on paying my rent, but I still kept my LRP up because I had that vision. 3 months behind on her rent. She still processed her LRP, 100 PV a month, because she saw the vision. She was here. She wasn't focused on what is, the reality. You got to focus on reality. Nope. She was up here, focused on this, getting drawn to that, pulled to that. The path was opening for her, okay? Last year, she hit diamond, by the way. Last year, she took 6 months off her business. Her grandfather was sick. She wanted to spend time with him. He passed away, and she wanted time to grieve. She took 6 months off. She backed away from her business for 6 months. She didn't completely stop, but she slowed down for 6 months. She made over $95,000 last year. And she didn't work for 6 months, or took 6 months off, okay? I am the prize. So this is a guy's event. There's no ruby red slippers. There's gonna be combat boots. I'm ex-military. You had the power all along, my dear. There's no Glenda the Witch telling you this. It's gonna be Bosun's Mate First Class, Petty Officer Ford, because that was my commanding officer in boot camp, built Ford tough. You had the power all along, my dear. Each one of us has the power. No one else can do it for you. No one else can give it to you. It doesn't matter what your downline's doing. It doesn't matter what your upline is doing. It doesn't matter what doTERRA is doing. It doesn't matter what the economy is doing. It doesn't matter that we have a pandemic and we're all stuck in our house. Because I get caught up in that this month, in March. I get caught up in watching the news, and before I went to bed, how many people died? Wake up in the morning, how many people died while I slept? And I was starting to go down here. And all of this started to disappear. I didn't care about Diamond Club. I didn't care about this. When they asked me to do it, I was like, I'm not doing this. I don't care about that. But as I started to go through my slides, I'm like, Todd, what are you doing? You're no longer focused up here. You're way, way down here. And that's not where you belong. You belong up here. So I still have to practice this every day and work at it. I'm a student, a practitioner. I'm not a guru. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. So how did it all end for me? Did I get top 200? Oh yeah, I did. 147. So I was gonna end this one way at Leadership Live, but I'm gonna end it a different way here. So I said at the beginning of this, at least I think I did, it was my intention to say it, that given enough time, I could study each of your religions, no matter what it is, and I could find law of attraction type principles in your religion that teach the same kind of thing. Jesus said, turn the other cheek, okay? You're down here, turn the other cheek, okay? That's my interpretation of that, and I could find that. So I'm gonna end it with a post that somebody put up the other day, and it's this, and it's focusing on the future. Yes, we're all here, and we're in it, but their focus is here. So, tonight before falling asleep, think about when we will return to the street, when we hug again, when all the shopping together will seem like a party. Let's think about when the coffees will return to the bar, the small talk, the photos close to each other. I miss those. We think about when it will be all a memory, but normalcy will seem an unexpected and beautiful gift. We will love everything that has so far seemed futile to us, Every second will be precious. Swims at the sea, the sun until late, sunsets, toasts, laughter. We will go back to laughing together. Strength and courage. See you soon. Pope Francis. You have the power. I don't care what it is you want. Put it out there. Stay connected. It's not going to be easy. You're going to get pulled down here and you're going to get caught up in it. And just keep meditating and keeping looking for the positive things in life. Don't judge people because you don't know what they're going through. Don't criticize. Be impeccable with your word. You have the power. Rise up. You're a wellness advocate. Let's act like it. Let's show the world what it means to be a wellness advocate. Let's keep our eye on the prize and let's show people the way to a better life. I'm Todd Hart. I'm the oil guy. I thank you for this time. I'm grateful and honored to have spoken here today. Have a great day.